Hello there, this is A J Wildman. I hope you enjoyed that last video on Civil War and Revolution, because that's really what we're talking about here, folks. So why are we here? We're here because we're both looking for an independent political party. We have a two-party system that is broken to our common good. Democrats and Republicans are paid for by Wall Street, big industry lobbyists. So what we need, and what I'm here to present, is that independent political movement, which is what we need. Okay, so to me, I am a official independent candidate for president, and that is really my fourth priority in this entire effort. The first priority is that we need a viable independent political party. So in August, I created the Independent Peasant Party. It's the American Peasant Party, and I picked peasant because, frankly, of course, that's how they treat us. We're more and more like peasants, and the royalty and all the rest of us peasants, and that's where we're at, so it seems applicable. Secondly, for a party to be viable, it needs to have a platform. Now, going back to my book, The Second Coming of Common Sense, which you have seen on other videos, this is what it is. Okay. Again, 718 pages. Now, real quick, a little bit of housekeeping here. This is where it's located. Okay, that's the party blog, our IAP, our Independent American Peasant Party .typepad.com. Now, the book, Common Sense, is located on that website, and it is a free download. Click on it; it's yours for free on your computer. Also, on that website, you'll find a lot of other things. I've actually broken the agenda out in separate PDFs, and it's also on there in the body of the blog site for you to click and download as you feel like. So anyway, so that the middle of that book, part 3, is an American agenda, and that contains 27 problem-solving proposals. I've taken a proposal, I've taken a problem we have, some simple, some more complicated, and said, here's the problem, here's some background on it, and here, after my research and talking with many, many people, is what I call the people sense. What the people would agree to do, maybe not be thrilled with, but looking at what we're doing now compared to what's offered in the book, is better, right? We're going to save lives, improve lives, and use our tax dollars much more efficiently in some economic, social, and economic programs. So that's what it's all about. That's why most independent parties fail, because they're only keyed in on one or two issues, which is worthless in a campaign. So they do their job and they do some good things, but they don't really get anything done for the common good so much, especially from let's say a presidential point of view. It's just not enough. So we have those two things. The next thing that we need to do after having a party and a platform that people can run on is to generate, out of these 500 or 435 U.S. districts, one candidate to run against the incumbent, be they a Democrat or Republican, in next year's election. And we have the time to make that happen. I'll talk about the strategy for doing that in just a minute. And so, we would replace 435 members of the House and 33 members of 100 members Senate, which are up for this election this year. Literally, we have the opportunity every 2 years, every 24 months, to replace 86% of the United States Congress, and we just don't do it. The retention rate, I believe, is still 70%, although the last few elections we have done some turnover, more than normal. We're still just scratching the surface. Most of the senior members are still there, still running the place, and they train the new guys when they come in, to get in the fundraising loop. And generally, I think you can observe when somebody doesn't come in and doesn't want to play the game, they somehow don't get reelected. So that's the way the game is played. So that's what we need to do. We need candidates. And again, we get 700,000 people in every U.S. district, and we don't have to really identify the people that we need until first quarter next year. All right, so we have time to do that, and we can then run petition drives for House, Senate, and myself and the VP, who is going to be a woman. That's what I prefer to have as a VP, and I have a couple names already on a little list, but I certainly need a few more, and I'm sure that'll evolve. Finally, myself as President of the United States. I think I'm capable of doing the job. I'm not afraid of it. And I look forward to it because I'm a problem solver, and we have problems to solve. And this book has got 27 proposals. I got a couple more that I've added since then, and of course I just have to break out in some other areas I haven't touched yet. But it's not rocket science, folks. The president has all the resources in the world at his or her disposal. So that's what we're going to move on. So just to give you a little bit of background now, let's talk about votes real quick. In 2008, Barack Obama got just under 70 million votes, and John McCain got just under 59 million, or I should just under 60 million votes. 130 million votes total. And overall, we actually technically have close to 200 million people that can vote. They just, of course, don't always come out. But each election, we've been voting more because people get involved in politics and they get involved in voting the more they're worried about things. And right now, people are getting more and more worried each election, and this will be no exception. Next year is going to be wild and crazier for more than one reason. So now let me reach out a little bit to the idea of the Occupy Wall Street, and I'll be going to the local group on this, and hopefully to the New York chapter, because I think we can bring some things together here for mutual benefits. You know, it's just the timing just seems to be right. Occupy Wall Street has begun their campaign in the last few weeks, and I've been working on this really for 9 years. We'll talk about me in the next video. And this could really work. We have winter coming, by the way, across the country, and these people are going to be freezing. Now, when I was in the Scouts, we used to do like a 2-day camp out every winter, every Thanksgiving in western Maryland. And believe me, it's cold there. Going out and camping in the cold, being exposed to the elements for 2 days is fine, but weeks and months, this could be looking at, this isn't good. So I think I have a viable way of getting those folks inside, and they can work with their parents and grandparents. So going back to that, 60s, my generation, the 80s, in the middle, their parents. Now the aughts, or the millennials as they call themselves, those three generations can work together, get the Peasant Party chapter started in every U.S. district, and probably more than just one, because it's, again, they're pretty good size territories. And just work together to make this whole thing blossom. And there'll be more videos and more communication on that. But that's the idea. We bring them in-house. I also have a something I'll be releasing about the 1st of November, I believe, probably, you know, in that range, which is an approach to us avoiding, at least, maybe not totally avoiding, but at least easing the pain of the second depression that's going to be coming on us pretty soon, and that's what's Wall Street, and it's got tuned up for us, and we're going to work on it. Okay, we're going to attack it that way. So I think there's a lot of good motivation for Occupy Wall Street to have an agenda like this, and if we do this, you know, just think of it conceptually. If we do this, we merge my project and their project together. They're going to have a campaign. They're going to have a real political clout, and in a matter of months, this whole thing can turn into a huge political force and turn the entire economy, maybe the economy, but turn the entire election to the people's favor. So this is all very exciting. It's all very doable, and we can actually create a viable independent political party. And 12 months from now, we can implement and vote in 468 new members of the House of Representatives, and independents can become the dominant force in the U.S. Congress, and the lobbyists can take a hike. So anyway, that's kind of it in a nutshell. I hope you like that, and so we'll see what happens. For now, you take care. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.